Well, good afternoon and welcome to the campus of Modern Day High School for the Nike Extravaganza. Alongside Thomas Conroy, I'm Ben Wolf for this NFHS presentation powered by SoCal Sports Production. The tip is up as we have St. Augustine taking on none other than Roosevelt High School out of Eastvale, California. Tip win in favor of St. Augustine, back and forth a little bit with 7:43 to go first quarter. Justin Marigu gets the ball tipped away, and there's going to be a foul going the other way as Lincoln Grogan pushes Jackson Higgins. Starting lineup first for Roosevelt High School. Jackson Higgins, number 4, as well as Sloan Harris, Christian Benjamin, Travis Walton Jr., and Cameron Anderson rounding out the starting 5 for Roosevelt. Palomalu, Etheridge, Maringu, McCall, and Grogan on the court for the Saints. And Thomas, this is a great showdown between the best of Los Angeles and San Diego here at the Nike Extravaganza.
Yeah, St. Augustine, the only San Diego school to be playing in this prestigious event, so that's pretty honorable. And like you mentioned, Ben, great to be here tonight, especially after last night's action at the pit.
Less than 24 hours, 2 games for St. Augustine, a thriller last night as they beat Cathedral Catholic at home. And a big-time shot there by Sloan Harris from the left wing, putting Roosevelt high with the lead 3-0 over the Saints. Early goings here under 7 in the first quarter. McCall tries to get it to Grogan. Etheridge from the elbow kicks it out. Maringu into Grogan's short corner. Another turnover by the Saints. Here comes Roosevelt the other way. A little bit of a sloppy pass. And Etheridge is there to pick up the trash, bringing it the other direction. Etheridge to Grogan. Quick touch pass and a score. And that brings it to 3-2 in favor of Roosevelt.
Yeah, a little bit change for St. Augustine. Justin Marigu, why wouldn't he start? He's been one of their hottest players over the last week, and he gets to start this afternoon.
So Jackson McCall with the rebound. He's a San Marcos transfer brought over to run the point, but it's been effective in the post of late. Lincoln Grogan's three-pointer from the left wing is no good, and Palomalu will inbound underneath the Saints basket. Talking to the coaching staff of Roosevelt High before the game, they're going to pick up straight man. They're not going to switch on defense, and they feel they have the ball handlers that can play well against the Saints' full-court matchup zone trapping press. So Palomalu set to inbound again. Goes to the safety valve. McCall, top of the key, and he's out at the Modern Day Emblem center court. Etheridge now working it around the perimeter. Picks up his dribble and gets it to Palomalu. 23 on the shot clock for the Saints. Palomalu gives it up to Grogan in the corner. And another quick slashing move by Lincoln Grogan as he picks up his second bucket of the game, 4-3. A lot of D3, D2 opportunities for Grogan. A lot of interest and visits to watch the swing player for St. Augustine as as Roosevelt with another score. Foul on the floor as Palomalu looked to penetrate.
Yeah, getting back to the bucket by Lincoln Grogan. That was great defense by Christian Benjamin right there. He was right on top of him, and he just slid right around him.
Grogan pump fake, resets, fires, and it's good. He had a rather quiet offensive game last night against Cathedral Catholic, but now has all 7 points here for the Saints in the early goings. Mustangs with a drive. Ooh, had to have been a foul, late whistle, but Justin Maringu clocked him, and that will send number 11, Sloan Harris, to the line for 2 for the Mustangs of Roosevelt High.
Yeah, pretty physical here early on, both teams, and nothing dirty. It's just good physical basketball.
Well, it's really interesting to see two premier teams here in SoCal play in the 1:30 hour on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, these kids are normally up for the 7:30 Friday night showdowns.
You're right.
And the gym, pretty relaxed. Not a lot of folks in the crowd here at the Nike Extravaganza. And Sloan Harris sinks it, so that brings it to 7-7. Palomalu with the ball handling duties, penetrates all the way, rather lopsided shot. Then a Mustang player falls on Palomalu, and he is hurt down there at the baseline. That's number 1, Cameron Anderson, and you don't like to see that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ben. It looked like he got hurt as guarding Palomalu. Nothing. You don't know maybe if his knee, something went wrong with his knee, and you hate to see that. I felt that, and I know what that feels like when your ligaments kind of just snap on you.
So it looks like it's a lower left extremity as he walks gingerly off the court.
We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Our thoughts and prayers here with the Mustang community. And with 4:57, we'll get the game back on track. And in talking about the Mustang coaching staff, that was head coach Johnny Dukes out there to help his player get off the court in his first season at Roosevelt. Obviously, last year, their campaign, very, very good. Outgoing coach won, I believe, CIF Coach of the Year. So Duke's taking over a squad that returns 2 players from last year's premier team. And in talking to him before the game, Thomas, he said you never really know what you're going to get with these 16-year-olds. They've played up, they played down. They played a very rigorous, tough schedule. Tarkanian Classic, of course, in Las Vegas, and a couple of non-league games throughout L.A. and San Diego, Inland Empire as well. So not afraid to play the best of competition in preparation for the playoffs. And tough league. They play in the Big 8. I mean, they got Sentinel, Corona, Norco, a lot of big teams in the Big 8. And hopefully prepping his squad for a deep run in the Southern Section playoffs.
Yeah, not surprised by that.
Oh, wow. It got real chippy in a hurry as Justin Maringo fouled number 4, Jackson Hagans, and then Hagans kind of lashed out at Maringo there. And Mike Hopt is emphatically talking to just about anybody that'll listen on the court. It looked like a little bit of a late shove there by Hagans. His first attempt from the charity stripe is good. That brings a score to 8-7. And really, 2 teams very highly touted at the beginning of the year. They both played really tough schedules. Roosevelt, of course, 13-12 on the campaign. The Saints now 11-10 after the big win last night against cross-county rival Cathedral Catholic. Oh, my. And Drew Parker and Palomalu are not on the same page as they throw the ball away, but then a rejection sends it to Saints the other way. Parker with a 2-pointer had his foot on the line. So that ties the score up at 9 with 4:07 to go. Saints have backed off on their traditional full-court zone matchup trapping press, electing to pick up at half court so far. Trap in the corner. Kicks it out wide. Sloan Harris now, top of the key, guarded by Grogan. Harris, off-balance 3, rebound Palomalu. Saints go the other way. Etheridge goes baseline, backing his way in, loses the handle, tries to ricochet the ball off a Roosevelt player. Here come the Mustangs. 2-on-2 basketball, slings it from the outside, and that shot is good. Travis Walton Jr., the 6'1" freshman guard. Excellent stroke there, 12-9 now, Mustangs. Parker now in the corner. McCall flaring to the elbow. Penetrates, kicks out. Etheridge from the wing. He'll back his way into the key, kicks it out to Palomalu. 15 on the shot clock for St. Augustine.
Yeah, smart move here to reset the offense.
McCall will try his hand from the outside off the front iron. Oh, my. And there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Etheridge. It's going to be a blocking foul, as that was Jackson Higgins.
Wow, I'm not buying that call, Ben. The offensive player ran into the defender, and it looked like he was set.
It did look like he was set. Mike Hopt is telling the official that. And, you know, in a game with 3 officials in a Premier Showcase tournament like this, you got to be able to see that the defender was in position and the offensive player was pretty much out of control.
Yeah.
In any event, Hagen's first attempt is good. Senior shooting guard, 6'2", rattles it home for a 13-9 lead here in favor of the Mustangs.
Yeah, and Mike's his contention also, Ben, is, look, we're 2:46 in the first, already 15 foul on St. Augustine with only 1 going the other way. So I don't blame him there.
Will Spurgis now into the game for the Saints. He played huge last night against Cathedral Catholic in that signature win last night at Court 64. Went the full distance the fourth quarter for Mike Hopt and was our NFHS player of the game last night. Parker from the short corner. And 2:28 to go, first quarter. Here comes Roosevelt. Higgins now looks to penetrate behind the back. Strong left hand, off balance, switches it over to the right for the score. Wanted an and one, but didn't get it.
Yeah, that was tough sledding right there. Parker was playing great defense on Higgins, and he took that shot right over the defender.
Spurgis now to Palomalu on the wing. Cross-court pass to Drew Parker, not on the same page, yet another Saints turnover. I know that's something the Saints coaching staff has been working on all season, is the assist-to-turnover ratio, because it is lopsided and it is not in the right direction.
Why are you passing it cross-court when you got 3 teammates right next to you, Ben? That's sometimes for newcomers to our broadcast, Ben and I cover St. Augustine basketball after the football campaign, and that's been one of the bugaboos for me with this team, Ben, is this not forgetting like how to play smart basketball. When you got 3 teammates on the same side as you, just pass it off there, and then you can revert the recourse and get the ball back as if Palmado's playing the point guard position. But to cross court it and make a high level pass, it's just not it's just not smart, and it's another turnover for St. Augustine.
So Roosevelt inbounds the ball. Palomalu, pressure defense. 24 on the shot clock for the Mustangs. Big shot from the outside is good. And that's number 12, Travis Walton Jr. with a big 3 for Roosevelt, extending the lead 18-9. Parker looks at the second cutter. That's Grogan again, slashing through. Can't get there. And Etheridge is over the back of Higgins. And it's gotten pretty chippy between Etheridge and Higgins here in the early goings of this one.
Yeah, that time Anthony Etheridge trying to use his athleticism. He got called with the foul, though, his second. So he's got to play smart and not pick up that third foul here. Like you said, try to use his athleticism, but good box out there by Higgins, as you mentioned, Ben.
So Higgins sinks the first one, and so far Roosevelt very good from the line. Etheridge will take a breather with 2 fouls. So now
5 out of 6 from the charity stripe here to start off the game.
And a miss, rebound, Spurgis. Into the game for the Saints, Kiefer Johnson, freshman point guard that's gotten a lot of minutes, and he was hammered down low. And the delayed foul call, Johnny Dukes didn't like it, probably because the whistle was so delayed, but very evident that it was a foul. And
Darius Dixon.
Quite frankly, could have been a shooting foul. It's kind of a mystery that was on the floor.
I agree with you.
Palomalu now, top of the key, Kiefer Johnson, 1:09 to go, first quarter. Working around the perimeter. Kiefer Johnson, weak side now. Parker to the elbow, down low to Grogan, backing his way in, fadeaway shot. Classic Lincoln Grogan there. Right over Walton Jr. And that cuts the deficit to 8.
Nice hot quarter for Grogan. That gives him 9 in the quarter.
Big three, way off the mark, not in the correct hemisphere there.
Somebody must have left the window open there. That ball kind of short. You know, it's kind of interesting, Ben. They gave that foul to Cameron Anderson, his second.
So Anderson picks up 2. Under 30 to go. Grogan down to Drew Parker, short corner. Cross-court pass, Johnson. Oh, nice reverse left-handed layup. Fundamentally sound by the freshman point guard that has played a big-time role for St. Augustine so far this season.
Yeah, that's his shot. That nice reversal. He either goes left or right with it, and he just lays it off beautifully off glass.
Higgins kicks it out. Walton Jr. trying to make something happen, but Spurgis ties him up. And after a quarter, it's Roosevelt on top, 19-13. We'll be back on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Productions. Back live on the campus of Mater Dei here in Santa Ana, California for the Nike Extravaganza. Roosevelt and St. Augustine on hand for you. Mustangs up 19-13 over the Saints. And Saints force another turnover. Kiefer Johnson behind the back, spin dribble. Pass over to Lincoln Grogan. A little bit of a heat check there. No good off the back iron. Kiefer Johnson for a guard is always underneath the hoop. Trying to make something happen. No call there as Palomalu tried to take a charge. Mustangs scramble for it. Higgins on the elbow, kicks it over. And a pass is good. Connection made. And number 10, Christian Benjamin with a big 3 for the Mustangs, extending the lead to 9. And a foul called there on Darius Dixon. A reach as Palomalu was bringing it up the left side of the court. 7:17 to go, second quarter.
You know, that last play by Roosevelt, what you liked about it was the extra pass. It was a clear lane to the basket, but it could have been defended. The ball handler chose to give it out to Benjamin to get the open look, and he converted.
And the ball will go the other way as the Saints throw it away. And turnovers continue to plague the Saints this season. Kiefer picking up Sloan Harris mid-court. They flash high post. Flex screen, and that's going to be a foul. We'll see who it's against. It's going to be against Drew Parker. He was chucking his man across the lane and fortunately got caught up by the officials there.
Another foul. That's his second, Ben. So right now, Saints have 3 players with 2 fouls.
Now an offensive foul going the other way, and that is going to be, I believe, on number 10.
Oh, let me get that for you. It's number 4, actually.
Oh, actually, number 4, Jackson Higgins, another foul. So
now, are these guys getting paid by the whistle? Because they're making good money.
Palomalu goes coast to coast, and there was a push. Darius Dixon and Roosevelt playing very physical. And again, this is not a 2-ref game. There is a ref with eyes on basically everything when you have a 3-man officiating crew. So Roosevelt's got to be careful here.
Yeah, good call. That was a slight little push on the hip, and you called it exactly.
Palomalu goes baseline, fadeaway jump shot good. Palomalu, of course, a huge first quarter against Cathedral Catholic last night. And a push now. So you got to think if things continue the way that they're going now, foul trouble is going to come into play late in this game.
Yeah, I think for both teams, Ben. I mean, it's really getting, like you mentioned, a very physical play here.
And McCall is being held. And we're going to see who the foul is going to go against. I think it's going to be McCall, but wow, interesting call. The defender got away with one, and I remember a long time ago when I was on the hardwood, that was a very sneaky thing to do when you just latch on and pull them for the ride and get the foul called on the opponent.
Back when the peach tree thing was up, and you make a basket, and we had to call timeout to get the basket.
There you
ball
go.
out of the peach basket. No, I'm with you, Ben. I'm only joking. You're exactly right with your call there.
So 6:14 to go, second quarter. As the Mustangs are up by 7. Palomalu tried to grab the steal but stepped out of bounds. So here comes Roosevelt. Penetrating and backing out. Another big-time 3. This time it's Higgins, top of the key. And
that gives him now 9 in the game. He's the leading scorer for both teams. Well, check that. Actually, Lincoln Grogan has 9 as well.
Roosevelt making every pass, every penetration, every dribble difficult for St. Augustine in the early going. And a foul on Higgins as he was shoving Etheridge out of bounds. And that's 2 fouls now on Higgins.
Yeah, we talked about the Saints situation. Quietly, Roosevelt now has 3 players with 2 fouls or 3 players with 2 fouls, and all of them pretty important players: Anderson, Dixon, and Higgins.
So Grayson Bell now enters the game for St. Augustine. We didn't see him at all last night, but on a quick less than 24-hour turnaround with 2 premier games, Mike Hopp going deep into the bench. Ball and another foul, this time on Travis Walton Jr. Seems like Higgins and Walton Jr. are always where the action is so far in the game tonight.
Yeah, right around the ball. You're exactly right.
So Mustangs with a 10-point lead. Lincoln Grogan now with a chance to go into double digits of his own with 2 free throws.
It's crazy, Ben. 16 fouls have already been called in this half.
And the free throw woes continue for St. Augustine, another missed one. And that is a stat we have been tracking all season. They have not been quality from the free throw line.
Yeah, first attempt, and it's a miss for the Saints.
Grogan misses a second one. Etheridge, huge offensive rebound. Palomalu down low, misses the mark. Rebound, Roosevelt, and they go the other way. Pressure defense now, looking for an outlet. They got to be careful, getting dangerously close to 10 seconds. Higgins, cross-court pass. Now they're trapping down low, and quick scoop and score for number 1 Cameron Anderson. Grayson Bell could not stop it.
Yeah, I love the cut to the basket by Anderson. Broke free from his defender. Nice play there for Roosevelt.
McCall now, top of the key, left-handed dribble, goes in the short corner. Dangerous. You never want to go into the short corner, fading out of bounds, and then trying to throw it back into the lane. One of the cardinal sins of basketball.
Exactly.
So Peter Hanna now checking in for the Saints. Nope, he's going to go back to the bench, and Justin Maringu goes to check in. I don't know, maybe there was some miscommunication. And Etheridge takes a breather. 4:41 to go, second quarter.
Maybe wants to get Mike might want to get a little bit more athletic here with this lineup.
Sloan Harris with the ball from the Mustangs. Pass to Cameron Anderson, puts it on the deck, goes, whoa, a little Euro step. And
nice head fake, too.
Yeah, head fake, scoop, underhand, extending the lead to 14. Palomalu now, a Euro step of his own, and he got caught up trying to pass it back out from underneath the basket. So the Saints will inbound the ball. And now Peter Hanna checks in. And Grayson Bell taking a breather.
Yeah, Hannah's been battling some back issues, Ben. Great to see him back on the court.
They go right to him in the post, left-handed rejection. Maringu keeps it alive.
Yeah, great block there by Anderson. Timed it perfectly.
Higgins from the outside off the front iron. Rebound, Peter Hanna. It seems like a substitution carousel between Hanna, Grayson Bell, and Will Spurgis playing it big. Palomalu, great penetration, finds a seam with the finger roll.
Yeah, once he created separation, that he was going straight to the goal.
And Higgins off the mark. And there was a pretty tough screen a couple plays ago.
By Hanna.
And the Mustangs have not taken it lightly. And it's gotten real chippy as the Saints bring it down the court again.
But once again, legal. That was a legal set. Yeah, nobody should have any complaints over it.
So the Mustangs with a 12-point lead. Saints trying to inch back into it. Hanna down low, collects it, looks to go up, passes out, and it's going to be a 3-second violation as Hanna's foot was still in the key. 3:15 to go, second period. This one's humming along as Roosevelt High up by 12 over the Saints. If you just joined us, Nike Extravaganza here on the campus of Mater Dei High School alongside Thomas Conroy. I'm Ben Wolf. We got two of the best here in SoCal duking it out on the 1:30 game. Los Alamitos and Servite to follow at 3 o'clock. Oh, great jump shot there. Sloan Harris again. Great mid-range game. Squared up and textbook shot. And Maringu, oh my. Johnny Dukes is not happy. Maringu looks like he separated out and shoved him while screening. And they're going to actually call the push on the Mustangs of Roosevelt High. And Johnny Dukes is not happy about it. And a lot of fans are letting the refs hear about that call as well. So foul officially on Sloan Harris. Palomalu to the line. They're definitely in bonus. Another missed free throw by the Saints. This is concerning from the free throw line, Thomas.
It has been all season. And we kind of, on our regular broadcast, that's one of the things we talk about constantly. It's just easy points that's not being taken advantage of.
Palomalu rattles that one home. Oh, big time outside shot is good. Yet another triple from Roosevelt. This time it's Travis Walton Jr. getting in on the act. And they have a 34-18 lead.
Third three for Walton here in the first half. He's showing his distance, and it's really hurting St. Augustine with 2:42 to go.
We'll keep the action right here on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Production. Great time to tell you about getting an annual pass to the NFHS Network. Catch all of Saints hoops plus plenty more, hundreds if not thousands of high schools across the country broadcasting their sports, not just basketball, but getting ready for baseball season down the stretch in the spring, as well as other winter sports right here on the NFHS Network.
Yeah, Ben, most teams have gone around the track once in their league schedule, so you go around for lap 2 on either on the road or at home. So exciting action, and you can catch up to date with all your favorite teams right here on the NFHS Network.
McCall tries to find Lincoln Grogan short corner. Peter Hanna and the Roosevelt players scrambling for the jump ball, fighting to the whistle. And Mustangs with a 16-point lead over the Saints with 2:30 to go in the second quarter. Saints were very low energy, I guess you could call it, last night in the first half against Cathedral Catholic, and then they woke up at halftime.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they're low energy here. It's been a very physical game, like you mentioned. And, hopefully they can come out of it. They're working players that they need to get into the lineup. As there goes a wild shot.
Wild shot. McCall gets the long rebound. 13 on the shot clock for the Saints, trying to set up something. Hanna comes up for a high post screen. On the ball, fades back out behind the three-point line. Lincoln Grogan got it. Big-time shot, and he is single-handedly in the scores table, keeping the Saints alive.
Yeah, first St. Augustine player in double digits with 12, second 3 of the half.
So now it's a 13-point ball game with 1:49 to go. Alley-oop! Oh, my. What a connection for Roosevelt.
Yeah, that was Christian Benjamin.
Christian Benjamin with the monster dunk.
Yeah, it's tough to guard a 6'8" guy that's that athletic. Excuse me.
Wow, Jackson McCall getting in on the act from three-point range. So far in his limited action with the Saints after transferring from San Marcos, he's been pretty much pass first, shoot second, but a dagger there by Jackson McCall.
Yeah, they left him open just a bit, and he took advantage of it. Nice play.
So 12-point game now with 1:09 to go, second quarter. Off the mark, front iron. Rebound Mustangs, batted around a little bit. And Travis Walton Jr., floater, no. Off the side iron. Another offensive rebound by Roosevelt. They back it out. 54 seconds, 30 on the shot clock. And there's an issue with the clock. So the official going to the scorers table, making sure that everything is set properly. I don't know what the discrepancy was. Now that leaves time for a substitution as Bruce Gapultos back into the game for Roosevelt. He's had a couple of stints here in the first half for Johnny Dukes. Another three-pointer, in and out, rebound Palomalu. And here come the Saints the other way. Gets it up to Jackson McCall, goes to the free throw line, knocked out of his hands. Sloan Harris, and a big foul by Jackson McCall. And went for the ball, but it was a hard foul. He was going to make sure that Sloan Harris did not score that basket.
Yeah, I mean, he just lost the handle of the basketball. And like you said, Harris took it away from him easily and then was going in for the monster jam, and he was having none of that.
So Sloan Harris from the line with 29.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. A slew of substitutions getting ready for the Mustangs. Checking into the game, Christian Benjamin, as well as Darius Dixon. That will allow Higgins and Anderson to take a breather on the Roosevelt bench.
Yeah, only 18 fouls called in the first half.
Merely 18 fouls. A dozen and a half. Yeah. Sloan Harris sinks the second one. Palomalu bringing up the ball. Gapultos on him. Picks up his dribble. 16 on the clock. Jackson McCall now controls it. Shot clock turned off, of course. Oh, a steal. Roosevelt, open court. It's a 3-on-1. Gapultos Oh, he got it.
Oh,
Jackson McCall with a ticky-tack foul, and Gapoltos makes him pay. The floater goes, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, bad pass by McCall, and it sends Roosevelt the other way. And then, like you said, just a tough foul there on Capoltos, and he goes to the bench.
So now
with three fouls,
Kiefer Johnson into the game for Jackson McCall. Hop doesn't want to take another chance on McCall fouling, even though there's less than 5 seconds left. Gapoltos cannot get it to go. 16-point game. Palomalu, 1 second to go. Fires from 3. Ooh, off the back iron. And just like that, the first half is finito. St. Augustine trailed.
Definitely see it. I think it's got to be in situations. I don't think he wants to get caught with two athletic players from Roosevelt just getting out and ahead of the defense. So he starts out with a little bit of a press here, and now they back off a bit. So it should be an exciting second half of play.
Roosevelt, if you just joined us, in the white jersey with Texas orange and blue trim. Saints in the purple away jerseys. Palomalu directs traffic here. 7:41 to go, third quarter. Screen from Lincoln Grogan up top. Etheridge flares down low. Ooh, can't get it to go. Rebound. Mustangs, they go the other way.
Yeah, surprising Etheridge scoreless in that first half.
Walton Jr. has it in the short corner, loses the handle. Etheridge now looking to forward the ball up to Palomalu to Jackson McCall. Touch pass score. And the Saints are moving, cutting the deficit to 14.
Yeah, I love the touch pass for the easy hoop for Jackson McCall. That gives him 5 now in the game.
So Sloan Harris directing traffic for Roosevelt. Gets it into the short corner. He's trapped. Gets the shot up, and my gosh, splits 2 defenders who had him pinned in the short corner. Palomalu against Travis Walton Jr. Marquee matchup here. Up at the top of the key. Grogan looks to set the screen. Etheridge rolls off of a screen, backs his way in. Ooh, and a foul on the arm. Soft foul compared to what we saw in the first half so far, but officials picking up right where they left off. Yet another foul called.
Yeah, Coach Dukes looked to the crowd after that foul was called. I think he wanted to scream that way so he doesn't get a technical. I agree with you. I mean, that could have went either way. Etheridge kind of hopped into the defender. You could call that a travel. And like you said, Ben, they did call the foul on number 10, Benjamin, his first.
Miss by Etheridge, another miss from the charity stripe for the Saints, and now he'll go for a second. Another miss. Thomas, what are the free throw stats so far this game for the Saints?
No.
And another foul called on Jackson McCall. Higgins has done a good job of wrapping up McCall and then pulling him. And McCall's just got to anticipate that from the game moving forward because he's not going to get the call from the officials.
That's his 4th foul. I'm surprised Mike keeping him on the court.
Well, Parker is now at the scores table to check in.
Yeah, he's got to be smart here, McCall.
Harris now top of the key, working around the perimeter. Ooh, foul called. 3-point opportunity for Cameron Anderson after he slashes to the low post. Little off balance shot with the right hand, and he is pushed. Opportunity for the and one. And as planned, Parker in for McCall. 6:20 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Ben. That's a great slash to the basket by Cameron. That was a tough maneuver, boy. We got to give Roosevelt credit. They take sharp angles at the basket, and it doesn't look pretty, but they know how to make those buckets.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Productions. Back right after this. Back live on the campus of Mater Dei High School, Nike Extravaganza. Saints taking on the Mustangs, and now the Mustangs showing press. Travis Walton Jr. on Palomalu. It's been a big matchup all afternoon. And now a foul. And that one's going to go against Sloan Harris. So ref starting to pick up on the chippiness here. And, I mean, what is that, the 20th foul of the game? I think it's the 20th foul.
Yeah. I didn't know how to do math for this job. 21.
21 foul. Grogan pick up top. Etheridge touch pass, gets his own rebound, and puts it back in, cutting the deficit to 17 now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that type of play. Catches the defense off guard, and like you said, and just a great second effort there by Etheridge after missing the initial one.
Marigu into the game on Higgins. Parker now on Walton Jr. Now Etheridge. Walton Jr. fires off the front iron. Rebound Marigu. And it's a white foul going the other way. And Higgins finally called for it as he pulled Palomalu to the floor with him. And a ref finally got Higgins with the pull.
That's his third.
Higgins has now got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Good call.
Palomalu putting it on the deck. Handoff Parker. Looks to find Grogan slashing. Nothing doing there. Etheridge top of the key. 5:23 to go, third quarter. Etheridge in the corner. Can't get to it. And Grogan and Etheridge not in the right form of communication. And Mustangs will take over the basketball.
Yeah, that wasn't a good play by Lincoln because he got the pick set by Etheridge, so he slides off of it. He's not ready to catch that basketball. You gotta look maybe somewhere else. It isn't like that the pick and roll where you can go towards the basket. He's trying to get to his space there beyond the arc in the corner.
So Higgins takes a breather. So for Roosevelt, you've got Walton Jr., as well as Cameron Anderson, Darius Dixon, Sloan Harris, all on the court for the Mustangs, including Christian Benjamin as well. Foul on the floor. It looks like that's going to go against Grogan. For the Saints, you got Grogan, Etheridge, Parker, Palomalu, and Marigu on the court. Marigu last night on fire in the second half against Cathedral Catholic. Roosevelt, ill pass that ricocheted off the hands of Sloan Harris. Palomalu can't get it to go. Here comes Roosevelt the other way. And wow, what a scoop and score by Cameron Anderson. Now Parker the other way with it, coast to coast, fouled with the left hand. Almost got the finish. And the Saints now trail by 19. And Thomas, they've got to get on their horse and cut this deficit here by the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I didn't like the transition defense on that play by the goal by Anderson. That was a good open court play by him, but you got to get back on defense and slow him down. That young sophomore, 6'4", is really athletic, and like you said, down 19. You got to pick it up here in this quarter. But this is a tough turnaround, especially after the physical game against Cathedral Catholic in the Holy War on the basketball court.
And it's going to be a blocking foul on Drew Parker. So many stoppages in this game due to foul calls. We're live for the Nike Extravaganza alongside Thomas Conroy. I'm Ben Wolf. Morello Athletic Center on the campus of Mater Dei High School. got a great one. Very physical basketball game this afternoon.
Yeah, I feel like we should be calling this at Caesar's Palace and their boxing arena, the way these two teams are going after each other over there.
Anderson kicks it out. Walton Jr. now, top of the key, guarded by Grogan. Back over to Cameron Anderson, puts it on the deck. And another foul. It's going to be a reach on the Saints. We'll see if it was on Palomalu. It was. So Paisios now with 3 fouls, and Mike Hopt has to think about that with 4:23 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, the Saints have McCall with 4, Palomalu with 3, and then 2 with Grogan, Etheridge, Parker, and Marigu.
So really the top 7 players for the Saints all in relative dangerous grounds with the fouls. Hagen's back into the game for Walton Jr.
But the one good thing, Ben, is we know all of them can play with fouls and still be, athletic and on top of their games. They're not going to take a step back because of it.
19-point game now. Cameron Anderson with his second attempt from the charity stripe is up and out. Palomalu with the rebound looks to push. Slows up a little bit. Sloan Harris guarding him. Left-handed dribble slashes all the way through, and he caught Sloan Harris asleep and cuts the deficit to 17.
Yeah, I would say he drew him asleep. He was just kind of dribbling like a walk in the park, a little dribble along, and then he just stopped and accelerated and got right past him.
Hagens responds, in and out, Grogan rebound. Here come the Saints the other way. Parker in the open court, pulls up at the free throw line, gets it to Anthony Etheridge from the corner off the back iron. Rebound Roosevelt, very good rebounding team. Kicks it ahead to Cameron Anderson. Ooh, and a push foul on Palomalu. That's going to be 4. And they are calling this game so tight. You've just got to be so careful. And Kiefer Johnson now to the scorer's table to likely check in for Palomalu, who now has 4 fouls.
Yeah, you just wish he would just let him go. I mean, you want him on the court. You don't need him on the bench becoming an assistant coach.
So that free throw attempt by Cameron Anderson is good. Palomalu takes a breather. So Johnson, Marigu, Etheridge, Grogan, and Parker for the Saints. Anderson, Sloan Harris, Christian Benjamin, as well as Darius Dixon and Hagens all on the court for Roosevelt. Now Parker will inbound the ball, and we have a new entrance for the Saints, Jack Wisnu, who we saw in the first quarter of the season, coming off the bench, can slash, plays very fundamentally sound, can score from the outside as well. Cross-court pass to Wisnu, goes down deep, pump fake, and there it is, the fundamental basketball we talked about as Wisnu scores on a cross-court pass from Will Spurgis, who just entered the game for St. Augustine as well. 3:09, fadeaway, no good. Spurgis with the rebound. Here comes Kiefer Johnson. Fresh legs for the Saints. Wisnu, full court, around, up and under, can't get it to go. And here comes Roosevelt. 17-point game. And that's going to, be a blocking foul. Wow, no charge called as Parker took that one. I think that'll be a foul on Parker. No.
No,
It was an offensive foul.
Yeah.
The ref didn't motion offensive foul. Typically you do that on an offensive foul. So
yeah, you put your hand behind your ear and say go in the other direction.
So Saints basketball. Wisnu picks up the dribble over to Kiefer Johnson, advances it to Drew Parker. Ooh, he had Lincoln Grogan down low. Finally gets it to him, but he's fouled, and that one should go against number 11 Sloan Harris. And fresh legs for the Saints. This is a new look. Pretty quick advancing the ball up the court. Drew Parker now to the charity stripe.
Yeah, and great cut to the basket by Grogan. Bad miss by Parker, but I just love that cut that Grogan gave there.
So Parker sinks the first free throw, cutting the deficit to 16 with 2:37 to go third quarter. And that cuts the deficit to 15 now. You got to think the Saints need to be within 10 or 11 entering the fourth quarter to have a shot. Out to the wing, Sloan Harris kicks it back out. Cameron Anderson, ooh, great shot. They've just been deadly from the outside this afternoon.
Yeah, three-pointer.
Kiefer Johnson to Lincoln Grogan. Grogan, Jack Wisnu gets it out of the corner, left-handed dribble to Drew Parker. Parker puts it on the deck. Wisnu fires from the outside, and it's good. Three-pointer by Jack Wisnu, and that's 5 points off the bench for the seldom used reserve player, and next man up here for the Saints.
Yeah, 6'3" junior getting the job done.
Off the back iron, rebound Parker. Saints looking to come the other way with it. Gets it to Kiefer Johnson. Johnson to Grogan. Grogan misses it in the corner. Can't get a handle on it. And now Hagen's the other way. Another foul by Grogan. And there was play after the whistle. A little bit of frustration by Lincoln Grogan. Probably because he missed the ball in the corner and then got the quick foul the other way.
And oh, by the way, that's his third foul. 17 foul on St. Augustine here in the third quarter.
So Hagen's off the mark. 15-point game, 1:30 to go. Walton Jr. back into the game for Christian Benjamin. He'll take a breather.
Yeah, 12 out of 17 Roosevelt at the charity stripe today.
Neither team shooting particularly well from the free throw line, but Hagen's rattles the second one home. They'll pick up full court. Wisnu into Kiefer Johnson, setting up the offense. Johnson all the way through, power dribble, and then he's fouled. So now Kiefer Johnson stops the clock, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, you talk about a disparity, Ben. 17 free throw attempts for Roosevelt. This will be only the 7th for St. Augustine this afternoon. Unfortunately, they're 0 for 6 in the previous attempts.
Kiefer Johnson's first attempt is good. That cuts the deficit to 15, 1:21 to go third quarter. In and out, but there could be a line violation going the other way. It was on Will Spurgis. So here comes Roosevelt. Sloan Harris now. Cross-court pass, gets it into the corner. Walton Jr. off the front iron. Rebound. Cameron Anderson was there. Excellent offensive rebound on the touch back to the basket. Grogan in the corner, gets it down to Drew Parker. Muscles his way in, back to Lincoln Grogan outside. Shot is up and good, fadeaway by Lincoln Grogan. And that cuts the deficit to 15, 40 seconds left. 31 on the shot clock, 7-second differential.
Yeah, keep it out of Anderson's hand. He is hot, 13 points in the quarter.
Roosevelt goes baseline with Cameron Anderson to Hagens, and he's fouled down low, stopping the clock with 26 seconds even. A fan emphatically yelling, "That's what spacing does." So apparently he liked the spacing there for Roosevelt. So Hagens knocks down the first one.
I appreciate him expressing that.
Yeah. Hardcore basketball fans here on a Saturday afternoon on the campus of Modern Day High School. Higgins gets it to go. 17-point game. Kiefer Johnson with the ball in his hands. Spurgis flares high post. Parker to the wing. Grogan to the other wing. Kiefer Johnson. 7 seconds to go. Almost loses the handle. He does. Here's Sloan Harris. 3, 2. Oh, misses the jam. And Winsnew tries to put it up. And a missed dunk keeps the lead at 17 for Roosevelt over the Saints.
Yeah, he probably had a little bit more time than he thought.
Well, you're listening to the NFHS Network powered by SoCal Sports Production. 17-point ball game here at the Nike Extravaganza. We'll be back right after this. Back live on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Productions. Drew Parker inbounds it for the Saints. Palomalu directing traffic. Roosevelt up 58-41 as we enter the fourth quarter here. Parker, top of the key. Kiefer Johnson now. Jack Wisnew floats down on the weak side, but steal. Oh, my! And the ball taps out of bounds, but no, it should be blue basketball. The ref said it was white ball, but it clearly hit off him right at the end. A huge miscue by the official. And the fact that the officials aren't conferring about that is
mind-boggling,
disturbing.
There's 3 of them. Somebody had to catch that.
It was clearly off the white player. There wasn't a St. Augustine player within 15 feet. 7:29 to go. Roosevelt in no hurry. They're going to take all the time off the clock as possible with a 17-point lead. Sloan Harris slashing through the lane, gets it to go after they took 30 off the shot clock. 19-point game. Kiefer Johnson the other way.
Gives him 13 on the afternoon.
Palomalu, great finish on the feed from Kiefer Johnson. And wow, Kiefer Johnson threw it so far ahead of Palomalu. It's like he's used to that speed in practice. Under 7 to go. Roosevelt in no hurry. Saints in a matchup zone defense. Rebound. Saints, Palomalu has it. Kiefer Johnson was deep, but Palomalu for 3. Why not? Cuts the deficit to 14. Oh, they're going to say his foot was on the line. And it was a 2-pointer, so that cuts the deficit to 15. Mike Hopp wants a quick timeout.
Yeah, good start there for St. Augustine coming out. Like you mentioned, Ben, that's a great pass. McCall to Palomalu to kind of get him going. And then right there, once again, Palomalu, as you said, just touched the line, but that's his range, and he hit it. And a nice start. 6:32, you're going to make your comeback. You're going to need a few more turnovers going in your direction.
Well, the Saints have so much speed on the court right now with Palomalu and Johnson, running the lane. And Spurgis, I would say, probably the swifter of the 3 big men as well.
I agree.
So here we go, 6:32 left, fourth quarter. A little momentum building for the Saints here in the Nike Extravaganza. Right now, Roosevelt with a pretty commanding lead of 15 points, but Saints threatening on the last few plays. Roosevelt in no hurry again. They will walk the ball up the court, and they are .23 on the shot clock now. Higgins, left wing. Saints in the matchup zone. Polamalu on Higgins. Kicks it over to Walton Jr. Back to Higgins. Walton Jr. will fire with Will Spurgis' hand in his face. And Higgins, wow, with a powerful offensive rebound and putback. So Wisnu inbounds it to Polamalu. Spin dribble. Polamalu puts it up off the back iron. Kiefer Johnson with the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Christian Benjamin. Wisnu will inbound the ball for the Saints. 5:44 to go, fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Johnson. 6 foot going up against a 6'8 defender.
Gets it down low to Drew Parker. Roosevelt pushing the post player way out of the key every time they try to get it down low. Polamalu, Wisnu, pump fake, goes baseline, looking for help. Top of the key, nope. Roosevelt takes it away, but Kiefer Johnson has it.
I could call a foul on Johnson.
Wow.
Very ticky-tack, come on. Let him play.
You know, they got it to Wisnu in the corner thinking that he was going to shoot the three, and then he just got really trapped in the short corner. Double teamed, had nowhere to go with it. Tried to throw it out to the top of the key.
Yeah. You wish on that a teammate would come over, recognize that, and try to help him out, but it was not the case.
Sloan Harris with 30 on the shot clock. Higgins now. They are taking time off the clock. Higgins will fire from the outside, the dagger. That one extends the lead to 20 with 5:05 to play.
Second three of the night or the afternoon, I should say, for Higgins.
And the ball knocked out by Roosevelt, so Wisnu will inbound the ball. It'll be Drew Parker. Down low to Spurgis, backing his way in. Ooh, can't get it to go. Rebound Sloan Harris, double teamed. Steal, Will Spurgis, fouled. And Spurgis will go to the line, stopping the clock at 4:47. That's fourth on Sloan Harris. How many does Higgins have tonight?
Higgins has 3. Let's go over the foul situation for Roosevelt. Like Ben mentioned, Sloan Harris with 4, and then 3 with Jackson Higgins, Darius Dixon, and that's it. Only 2 for Cameron Anderson.
Well, Spurgis misses the first one, so dare I ask what the free throw count is here for the Saints?
1 for 7.
Spurgis misses a second one. 1 for 8 from the free throw line this afternoon. Higgins with Wisnu on him. Wisnu knocks it out of his hands. Anderson, offensive foul, and it's Kiefer Johnson there at the right time in excellent defensive position to force the offensive foul.
And if you're a Roosevelt fan, you'll take that because of just the great athleticism by Anderson to get that drive through 2 defenders and try to go to the basket and get a couple of points.
Polamalu finds Wisnu. Gets it down to Parker in the short corner. Parker backing his way in, right-handed power dribble out to Kiefer Johnson. Polamalu now penetrates. Floater off the mark. Higgins now open court against Spurgis, and he wisely backs it out. Oh, great pass. Oh, and the score. Wow. Higgins with a superb pass to Cameron Anderson, who finishes and drops in the bucket.
Yeah, that's a great cut by Anderson to the basket. And like you mentioned, he got fouled from behind by Parker. Just want to correct myself, Ben, if you mind. St. Augustine is 4 for 11 from the free throw line.
4 for 11. So slightly better than 1 for 9, but still
not great numbers. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be accused of throwing the dirt on them.
And now St. Augustine emptying out the bench in the final 3:41. McCafferty now into the game, the sharpshooting three-point marksman. Gets it to Drew Parker. Rebound Spurgis, puts it up and good. And 21-point ball game now. Higgins, top of the key. Oh, he'll pull. Wow. Kai Blue with a big-time rebound all alone underneath. Gets it ahead to McCafferty. Parker from the outside gets it to go. 18-point game now. And Johnny Dukes wants to talk things over. So 3 minutes left. Saints trail by 18, and we'll keep the action right here on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Productions. Thomas, big-time win against Cathedral Catholic, and then moving ahead today against Johnny Dukes' Roosevelt Mustangs. In talking to Coach Dukes before the game, he explained that his team's been up and down all season long. They do have the talent, and it seems like they put it all together today against the Saints.
Yeah, you also got to give. I'm going to give St. Augustine a little bit of a slack here because when you're playing, in that contest against Cathedral Catholic, they laid it out on the line last night, and that game ended early. But I guarantee you, some of these players did not get home until close to 11 o'clock last night, playing a 7:30 tip-off. And that's just the reality of the sport. You either have it or you don't. And it does seem like St. Augustine was off their game from the opening tip-off.
So Roosevelt set to inbound the ball with 3 minutes left. McCafferty, Kai Blue, Drew Parker, Grayson Bell, and Jack Wisnu in for the Saints. Roosevelt, led by Cameron Anderson, Sloan Harris, Higgins still in the game, Walton Jr., as well as Bruce Capultos. Steal. Oh, Grayson Bell almost had it. 2:40 to go, 6 on the shot clock. Cameron Anderson pulls. Kai Plu with it. And a push going the other way. And Luciano Fornantini looking to check in for the Saints as well. He checks in for Drew Parker. Kai Blue handoff to Luciano Ferrantino, but almost knocked out of bounds by Higgins as he jumped the passing lane. Now checking into the game for Roosevelt is number 23, Deshaun D'Ambert, who we have not seen yet tonight. Kai Blue. McCafferty will pull from way downtown off the front iron. Sloan Harris, ball knocked out of bounds by McCafferty. It looks like he may have gotten Sloan Harris in the face.
No call, though.
No call. Of all of the 20-plus calls on the foul, and you don't call it when he hits him in the face.
I heard an echo here. Somebody yelled out, no call.
I mean, it was a tomahawk chop right at the kid's face, and we've got 25 other ticky-tack fouls tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you called the one at the center court. That was a little bit hard for me to believe. Trainer came out, and hopefully Sloan's okay. He's a good ball player.
Sloan having a very good night, as well as Higgins. Maybe you can get some stats on them.
Yeah, Sloan on the night. Sloan Harris, 13 points, and Higgins, as Ben mentioned, 16. But the leading scorer is Cameron Anderson. He has 22.
Kind of a quiet 22, if I may say. I mean, he's been at the right place at the right time, and don't want to take anything away from Cameron Anderson. But as far as activity, I feel like Walton Jr., Sloan, and Higgins have been really all over the ball.
A 13-point third quarter helped him out a lot.
Yeah. Higgins, short corner, kicks it out. Cameron Anderson, and a foul down low.
And that's what he does best, Ben, right there. The sharp cuts to the basket with the player in the box where he can just hand it off to him, and he's going to go uncontested to the basket. That's what Cameron Anderson does extremely well.
Just seeing on the Jumbotron here, this is the 31st Nike Extravaganza, Thomas, dating all the way back to the late 90s here at Mater Dei. Great tradition here in mid to late January throughout the last 3 decades, bringing in premier talent from all over the western United States. Next up, you don't want to miss it. I'll have the call on Los Alamitos and Servite, 2 premier teams in the southern section here in SoCal. Blue penetrating, pulls up, off the front iron, rebound by Fiorentini. McCafferty with the 3. He's got it. The shooting efficiency of McCafferty is really off the charts. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time.
No.
In some pretty physical games against Mission Bay and Cathedral Catholic, but the kid can shoot the rock.
Timeout by Coach Dukes there. His player was in trouble.
So 16-point game. We'll keep the action right here on the NFHS Network, powered by SoCal Sports Productions. Thomas, maybe a recap of the first 3 games that you broadcast this morning. I understand they were all fairly lopsided.
Yeah, some impressive teams that started off. A very rare California-ranked 13th squad. Damien started us off at 9 a.m. and defeated San Juan Hills. They had an outstanding game. Zaire Roshan with 18 points to get them in that victory. And then we followed that up with Alicio Niguel Wolverines over Dos Pebbles. Their start of the game was Jay Keys and Jaden Meissen. Meissen had 21 points. Keys had 19 in their victory. And then the ultra-impressive Redondo Union Seahawks, they are ranked 12th nationally, 4 in the state, and they just dismantled Foothills Knights. Their talented junior Chris Sanders with 21 points in the effort.
So Mustangs not letting off the gas. They still have 4 premier players in the game. Mike Hopt has now emptied out the bench. Oh, my. Walton Jr. with another 3 from the corner.
That's all his points, Ben. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and then 1 here in the fourth for 12.
Kai Blue gets it to the elbow. Minute to go in the game now. And a traveling call on Kai Blue.
$11 turnover for the Saints.
Now the Saints bring out the trap. 3-on-1. Higgins off balance. Ooh, almost had the 3-point play. So Hagen's looking to pad the stats from the free throw line. Just about 15 minutes away from Servite and Los Alamitos here at the Nike Extravaganza.
Yeah, both teams look like they're warmed up, ready to go.
Hagen sinks the second. Ferentini gets it to McCafferty, and foul called. And Hagens will exit the game. I believe that's 5 on Hagens. Checking into the basketball game for Roosevelt, Sean White. First time we've seen him this game. White, a 5'10" junior guard.
Not the Olympian ski boarder. Snowboarder, excuse me.
Mike Kopp telling his team no more fouls.
Yeah.
Call off the dogs, please.
Yeah, it's only 23 in the game. Cameron Anderson going to the free throw line. Boy, he's been excellent, Ben, from the free throw line. He is 7 for 8 from the charity stripe this afternoon. Only a sophomore, 6'4", so 2 more seasons to watch him flourish.
And we wind down the final 20 seconds. Kai Blue to Grayson Bell. Cross-court pass to McCafferty. Nice little tip pass to Jack Wisnu off the back iron. Kai Blue, big-time rebound. And the score for the point guard. And just like that, that'll do it, folks. As the Saints are topped by Roosevelt High School 75-55 in the